20,000 units. That's the magic number some say Charlotte needs to meet its ongoing affordable housing crisis.
And for many families in our city, the struggle to find a home that they can afford is practically impossible. Eyewitness News reporter Deshaun Brown dug through years of projects investigating if the city is on track to tackle this problem.
In a city that's moving, growing, booming, one spot hasn't changed in more than a decade, and it's right here at Scaleybark Station. The Charlotte neighborhood has grown to include new townhomes, even a train. But when the city of Charlotte sold this property, part of the deal was that the developer who bought it would build affordable apartments, meaning they'd be affordable to people making less than 60% of the city's average income. That deal was more than 10 years ago. There's nothing here.
The intention was always good, I believe.
Charlotte's housing director, Pamela Weidman, says the city has never had a housing project it didn't complete. So this was the first.
Scaleybark came along when we were during the worst economic downturn.
Weidman says the state also denied a tax credit on the project 3 times, in part because there is no grocery store nearby. That credit helps keep construction costs down and the rent low.
It's very complicated.
Lawana Mayfield chairs Charlotte City Council's Housing Committee.
So that cost of construction is also creating a major challenge with the affordability of the units.
I wanted to find out what other projects have fallen through. So I requested a list of all projects under the city's Housing Trust Fund from 2007 to 2018. That is the same time frame as the Scaleybark project. Out of 41 projects listed complete, all but one was Scaleybark. When I questioned the city, they couldn't explain why it was even on the list. I also visited 4 sites that were listed as being under construction. There is a property on West Arrowwood Road, Cherry Street, Allen Street, and Mallard Creek Road. Combined, they'd offered nearly 400 affordable units. All of them were either done or close.
The majority of the people who are in this particular income range are the people that go to the everyday jobs that make Charlotte run.
Teresa Ferguson has been on a waiting list for housing for at least 5 years. We spoke with a single mother outside one of her 3 jobs.
They've got these townhomes coming up, these row houses, but they're for sale or they're rented well out of my reach. There's no reason outside of the lack of housing, of affordable, decent housing here in Charlotte, that we should be in this position.
Mayfield says there is a lot the city can learn from what happened with Scaleybark so they don't repeat it.
Make it clear for you as a developer what our expectations are if you're going to develop in certain areas.
Ferguson can't afford to wait. She says she also can't afford a decent home.
I feel somewhat of a failure because I'm not able to provide those same amenities to my son.
Deshaun Brown, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Feel for that mother. Well, instead of reimbursing the city for that property, the Scaleybark developer agreed to give some of it back by the end of August. That's supposed to ensure that the city can still use part of that land to build those affordable housing units.